Well, I'm going to start this out by reading a Tory post. She's tweeting to Richard Grenell, who was, I believe, in the Trump administration at the time, but she's just doing this, I think, yesterday. Hey, Richard Grenell, the little affinity groups are talking about Southern California and explosions. Please be mindful. And then she tags Real Donald Trump. Please be mindful at Real Donald Trump for your safety. They are planning, and I quote, a big bang. Trump to be blown away. And then she tags the FBI, Secret Service, and Space Force DOD. Okay? Now, having said that, we still online? Okay, we're online. Send and receive. And I'm running on generator power right now still. There's still like almost around half a million people without power. And it's been that way for since the storm, the hurricane. It was like 580,000 were out without power in this area. And then now it's like, 500,000 or four something. Like hasn't changed much, but they are working on it. I've seen the trucks and everything. All right, so sent items. So I sent Pamela. Remember Pamela Downs that I did the interview with, and she's been saying something about the third week of October. It's going to be huge. I don't know what my spirit guides aren't showing me, but it's going to be absolutely unbelievable, a huge event or events. And she mentions her spirit guide showed her these big arrows pointing to the southwest United States, and in particular, she named California, Arizona, Texas. And although New Mexico was there, again, I thought it was just interesting. She didn't mention New Mexico. Now, so I send her a picture of Trump's events coming up because when I did the interview with her on last Tuesday, I went and looked up Trump's schedule. Hang on, let me excuse me while I clear my throat. There, I'm gonna blast your ears out. So I looked up Trump's schedule for his rallies, and it only had the next 2 or 3 showing up, and nothing. Because I'm like, man, when she's saying all these things, I'm going, I feel like I want to go see where his schedule is, because I've had some dreams about an aircraft going down with Trump, and they didn't have the next few showing yet anywhere except for the next 2, which was not anything over on the West Coast or anything like that. However, I checked yesterday. I just had a feeling. Go check the schedule again. October 13th, Sunday. That's tomorrow. He's going to Cali. I'm going back to Cali. Next day, which I'm not sure. Maybe that's the 12th. That's today actually, 12th. And then Sunday, he's going to Prescott Valley, Arizona. He's literally going to 2 states that Pamela had mentioned, her spirit guide showing her some big event coming: Arizona, California, and Texas. So then on Monday, the 14th, he's supposed to be flying to Oaks, Pennsylvania. So I sent her a picture, a screenshot, going, I've had 3 dreams about an aircraft with him on it, going down, except, I saw a little in the dream. Like, was he on board or was he not? Was he really on board? And I don't think we're going to get the answer for a while if this happens. So then I find this YouTube short, which I will share with you. And let me just make sure my sound settings are correct. It looks like it. Yes. Okay. And I'm going to share the screen and play this for you at the same time. My friend Bill sent me this because we were talking about this. Here we go.
I had a dream that October 14th was a critical date. It may be personal. There may be something going on in my life October the 14th, and I will let you know. But also knowing what the sky looks like with Jupiter stationing retrograde on the 9th and Pluto moving direct on Friday the 11th and Mercury squaring Pluto on the 13th, 14th, which is Sunday, Monday. I am concerned that there's going to be a major difficult world event in our stories. And with Donald Trump experiencing Uranus back on his midheaven with Algol, the same thing that occurred in the July assassination attempt is back again throughout Friday through to next Tuesday. It's back again without Mars directly complicit. Mars is not sitting on the midheaven with Uranus, but Uranus is back on Donald Trump's midheaven. And that itself is daunting enough, right? I had a dream.
She had a dream. It was an awful dream. Um, yeah, so there's that. What was the other thing that I had a little note? I feel like was there one other thing? Yeah, email. Okay. So I was thinking last night, it was kind of late, and I go, man, I feel like I should maybe go do a video right now. And I was like, no, I'll do it. I'll do it tomorrow. Which is now today. And um, I did send that to Pamela. She hasn't replied yet. I don't think. Let me double check. Maybe she's busy or whatever. Oh, what? Oh, there she goes. Hold on. Where? How did you know that whole third week has been occupying my mind all day? California and Arizona. Oh my God, really? This is incredible. I found this while driving 2.5 hours yesterday. Last remote viewer had an image, it had images of the area we saw, and I think she's referring to future forecasting group. Let me just double check. Yeah, it is. My buddy's over there, and she mentions again that. Let me go back to the email. I found this while driving 2.5 hours yesterday. Last remote viewer had images of the area we saw. So she's talking about the Southwest, and the picture. Even this. Let me just show you the future forecasting group's scene with this missile launch thing. That's their thumbnail. Political coup, poison assassination, whatever. Inserting someone again. I told you guys about this the other day. That it looks like they're gonna do the old switcheroo with Kamala, with the with Mr. Gavin Newsom most likely. And so one thing I thought, well, let me look up like what happens if a presidential candidate dies right before the election, like after the DNC, after the RNC, all that's over, and they die before the election takes place. And I read online without having to go get it because I remember it. I checked this out last night, and it was something like, well, if the ballots had already been sent out, like mail-in stuff has already gotten going, it's going to have that person's name on there. And essentially, if you vote for that person, you're really just voting for either the DNC or the RNC's person that they've selected. Because if they have to replace the president, the candidate, they're not going to ask the people to have any input. It isn't going to matter. The RNC is going to decide. Blah blah blah. There's some kind of governor thing that come in, and they all get together and they decide. And okay, this is the person that's going to replace the guy that died. And it doesn't matter if you put that other person's name and you already mailed in your ballot; it will automatically go towards that new person. However, it said approximately a dozen states don't have any kind of rule, law, constitutional anything on what's our process if that should happen. Again, approximately a dozen states don't really have a process to go, oh, here's how we deal with that. So if they don't have a process, and 12 states is a lot of states, considering, do we just postpone the election? Is the election postponed? Like we've been saying, is most likely going to happen for many, many, many months. And even last year we were talking about this. Tori's been talking about it for sure because they know. Um, I thought this was serious enough that I should contact somebody. I'm not going to name names because I believe that person could get the message out to the president. And so I tried, I attempted, and I hope, fingers crossed, uh, maybe he'll get the message. The only question is he going to listen and heed the warning? Do not get on those planes you've been getting on. The process you've been following. You got to do something different. Like I'm trying to get him to, change it up. Don't tell anybody either. Just do it. Um, so I don't know if that message is going to get to him or not. I hope so. Because, I'm going to remind you that Cliff High said, Joe, you're in the data. I think this was earlier last year. Joe, you're in the data. Sharp dressed men paying you a visit. They're armed. Don't get the sense that these are bad guys or going to rough you up or anything like that. They're just very cordial. And, there's two. I thought he said there may be three of them. And one was kind of the boss, so to speak. Didn't he never used the word Secret Service. And I thought, well, my mind's telling me that's exactly who it's going to be, or maybe Trump's private security team in relation to this event potentially happening. And if it does happen, how the hell this guy in his dreams know this shit? What's up with that? We need to go talk to this guy. Was it really his dreams? They're gonna want to talk to me, but I have no problem talking to him because I've been saying this for. Well, honestly, I got the first dream early last year, if I recall, right? 2023, yeah, earlier last year. And then I got two more of the similar type of dream of him aircraft going down thing in this past January. So that was, however many months ago, 10 months ago, or 10 months back now. So, I don't know about you, but I feel like we can't fix the world. We can't go into the golden age that's coming without fixing this massive problem across the planet. The pedophilia, the deep state, the blackmail, everybody's captured. And Donald Trump's the only person who can make this happen. Yeah, he's going to have a team of people and such. But without him, I don't think we can go forward with this great golden age coming up. And that's why I've tried sending him letters. I've tried doing, reaching out just now, last night, trying to get this message like, hey, it's the dream guy again, but listen, with the whole missile launcher thing coming across the border in New Mexico, they said, right? Southwest. Hold on, gotta. So you saw the astrology, and she's talking about the dream. That girl's talking. Remember, she said I had a dream. So let's listen to that one more time, real quick.
That October 14th was a critical day. I had a dream that October 14th was a critical date. It may be personal. There may be something going on in my life October the 14th, and I will let you know. But also knowing what the sky looks like with Jupiter stationing retrograde on the 9th and Pluto moving direct on Friday the 11th and Mercury squaring Pluto on the 13th, 14th, which is Sunday, Monday, I am concerned that there's going to be a major difficult world event in our stories. And with Donald Trump experiencing Uranus back on his midheaven with Algol, the same thing that occurred in the July assassination attempt is back again throughout Friday through to next Tuesday. It's back again without.
Yeah, so there's that. Whoa, my friends, it may be about to go down. It may seriously be about to go down. But I say to you, those of you, if this happens and you see, oh my God, a plane, a missile hit, whatever the hell it is. In my third dream, I'm in a helicopter with Trump. It's only us two. He's actually pilot in command. I'm essentially co-pilot. Excuse me. We're being chased by another aircraft that's shooting us down. And it was foreigners piloting the other aircraft. And I felt like the media would be like, oh, the Ruskies did it. The Ruskies again, the Russians. Those the Russians did it. Russia, even though it might be nonsense to cover up for the other foreigners who it really was. But he flew that thing down in an auto rotation, which is like an engine op procedure where you get one shot to put it down. He puts it down like a good pilot, in my uh, my experience, he was a good pilot. I don't know if he's a real pilot in real life. I didn't think he was, but in the dream, he did good. And he set it down. We got out and ran and took cover. And I felt like it was a restaurant somewhere. And it also kind of felt foreign, like it was not, I'm like, I don't remember if it was like in another country foreign or it just felt a little foreign to me, like the place, we were at. And then they took us in though, because they like knew we're good guys. We're gonna hide these guys, and they hid us for I thought maybe 10 days or 14 days or something like that. Which again, in my mind, 10 days of darkness. Um, maybe the darkness isn't exactly lights out. So all I'm gonna say is because of the other dreams, in particular the first one, and maybe it's because he got my letters. Maybe it's because he heard me warn him, and now he's gonna take it. Okay, this dude saw me. Okay, now things are getting serious with these threats, with the missile launching crap, surface to air missiles being smuggled across the border, all this crap. Um, and I maybe save his life. Could you imagine as I'm sitting here on the 12th, which could, if it's about to happen, it's only days away, and he invites me up on stage somewhere to thank me for saving his life. And then I have to, you want to speak? Yeah, I'll go speak at the podium. And that's when I give my infamous speech. Look, and remember in that dream, I was a different dream, not one of the ones about the aircraft, a different dream. He's in my back right side sitting down where it's on the stage. Yeah, go ahead and say something, Joe. I go up there and I get on the podium. I say whatever I was going to say, which I was not allowed to see or hear in the dream. It just like fast forward to me after saying what I wanted to say to the crowd, looking back at him and going, well, Mr. President, I mean, there is one thing. I mean, I might like to ask, when the executions start for treason, can I have a front row seat? My name is Joe. I'd like to be a front row Joe. If that's, I'd like to report back to the American people that this actually took place and these criminals were dealt with. Could I, could we just, since I saved your life and all, could you pay me back for just let me sit and watch these criminals go down? That's all. I said something like that in that dream. So shit is about to go down, I think. Again, and if you look at a certain message board post, do you remember the movie poster? And it's a movie poster of Donald Trump, and the background's like red, and it's like the Red October kind of symbology. I think the date on that post on that message board is October the 13th. Hunters become the hunted. So on that note, I bid you farewell. Things are about to get really interesting, I believe. And take care.